Welcome, everybody. This is the GSC Invitational, and today I have a special guest with us. Would you like to say hello?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Kenix, Eduardo
Yes,
Carapinga.
Eduardo Ft.Kenix, the defending champion of the GSC Invitational, joining us to commentate on a really hype matchup. Are you excited to see this, Kenix?
Yeah, from the moment I saw the pairings, I knew this was going to be a great match. So I was hoping to comment this with you. So yes,
Yeah, I can't wait. We have FOMG versus M Dragon, and FOMG just recently coming home with a huge stack of money as he joined Sprinkler and Empo in the Callus Crew battles, and they ended up winning. Sorry for the spoilers for you Callus fans back home, and he's a really good GSCer. That's for sure. Perhaps I don't know. There was a time in SPL where he was getting the top record, so really, really good. And then there's
yeah,
M Dragon. M Dragon, who sent Zakuru to losers in round one. Yeah. But I guess just before we start, is there anything about like the teams that you saw so far that you're interested in, or anything that you expect to see going into this match?
mm, well, I don't remember the uh, all the teams. I know about Game 2 and Dragon Team because I built that for my finals Game 3 versus Hyega Photex from last year. So yeah, that's the only thing I remember just because of that. But I saw the games, but I don't remember a lot of how they went. So
What was it, like the
it's like
Heracross
if
thing, or no?
no, it's a weird team, a risky team from with Executor, Jinx, Vaporeon. There's no spikes actually.
Right.
It's quite weird. If you want, we I can talk about the reasoning or the building process after when we see it.
Sure, sure, yeah. If we see it, right, in the event that we do. So,
Yeah.
friend of Mr. Golem on the bottom and M Dragon, who um, I don't know if he's participated in other GSC events, but he's really, really good and is like one of the founding fathers of GSC. So, let's get into this. You see the game?
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
watching it.
I'm going to turn the music off. Okay. So we got Nito Cloy lead. Okay. And oof,
Yeah, that
wow. Okay. Thunder.
that was a miracle very cloister for sure. That's why he's stating without any fear to lovely kiss. He wants the spikes early in the match.
Right. So
Nidoking just
much
went for Thunder.
so much Miracle Berry leads now.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense with all the sleeper leads we are seeing currently.
Yeah. And Fomog manages to get some precious lefties off of the Snorlax, so I'd say that very valuable turn.
Yeah, I suppose this Snorlax is just a sleep tag because he switched to Nidoking without any fear.
Yeah. And Fom catches the boom there. As that cloister was basically dead. It was at
Yeah, he
7%, no lefties. The spikes were down, so it wasn't going to be able to
yeah
switch out.
he was trying to catch whatever. He probably doesn't even have a spinner, so it's like that completely.
Yeah, but he does have a spin blocker.
Yeah, makes sense with early spikes. You want to maintain them. You risk your cloister turn one. It's
Yeah,
because you are safe. You can maintain the spikes.
yeah. Do you think Fomog is running a Sleep Talk Zapdos, or is he following the trend of Whirlwind Zapdos that everybody seems to be? going crazy
Mm,
for.
I mean, this team, it's probably sleep tag Zapdos, but it will. You, I mean, it depends in the last because you need a phaser, and he doesn't have a phaser right now. So if he doesn't have a phaser in the last slot, it has to be Whirlwind.
Right.
Due to his place, I would say it's just sleep tag.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't choose to stay in otherwise on a lax.
Yes, or you would win Whirlwind to.
Yeah, you would at
Uh,
least attempt a whirlwind there. Snorlax coming in, so this Snorlax is also sleep talk. No, it has curse, so I wouldn't
yeah,
say that
it,
it
it
is.
could be. I mean, if there's a probability there's a Tyranitar last slot which has roar and
Oh,
normal resist, so
yeah.
it can be a sleep tag, and with pursuit support you can catch Gengar.
Actually,
Let's see.
that's entirely in the realm of possibility. Nidogar, Titar teams usually have a Monolax and occasionally a Foray. You do see Foray. It's pretty good on these
Yeah, I
teams.
like it. I like it in this team more than Cloyster because I
Yeah.
like the spin, having a spin there.
So Fong is probably just trying to put that pressure in the sense of, okay, you're gonna have to crit me or start phasing me. You know, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
act
I mean,
soon.
if he is staying with a Snorlax versus an Hypnosis Gengar, it's because it has to be a sleep tag, in my opinion. So yeah,
Yeah, makes
I mean, you're
sense.
even if you don't touch Gengar, you're fine because Gengar doesn't really touch you either. So you can at least start PP, so just recover life
Yeah.
or whatever.
So 90% M Dragon has a Zapdos, but what would his sixth Mon be?
Dragon, I don't know. I think it could be. Uh, well, we see the Tyranitar here
Yeah, we do see the
as suppose.
Titar, but it gets slept.
Yeah, this Gengar set actually it's pretty good versus the Cheetah. It's Hypnosis and Dynamic Punch.
Hmm. But it seems to have a poor matchup versus this Gengar because I can't imagine this Gengar having something other than Explosion. Otherwise, it would be very awkward. So it doesn't have
Yeah,
any good move to hit this Gengar, and so Fong is going to
yeah,
punish the Steelix with that.
it's a risky set of Gengar. I guess you prioritize beating beating Tyranitar so hard, but you lose I don't know Thunderbolt, Destiny Bond, good moves that you could run. Ice Punch is just very weak as a move, so
I guess it,
and it's the only
yeah,
one you have.
it guarantees that you have something to hit Tyranitar with. But Fulmog wins the speed tie, and he has two explosions left, and the Steelix
Yeah,
is weakened.
this
So
is looking
yeah,
pretty dire.
yeah, he has to explode because he Fong's even though Fong's Snorlax is super healthy, like what are you gonna do? So either M Dragon has something like a Machamp in the back, or I don't know how he's gonna come out of this alive.
Yeah, this is Whirlwind.
Yes. So the reflect on Zapdos helps to at least initially slow down Curse Snorlax. Um, because if it was just
Yeah,
Whirlwind, it
it's
would kind of suck. And then we see
okay. It's
Jolteon last.
Jolteon.
Okay.
I mean, with Lucky Tunes, it can probably win versus Snorlax. I don't. Well, he goes Gengar to make the reflect go out.
Yeah, stalling the reflect, and that's a safe two hit KO. No need to curse or anything.
Yes.
Oh, but a para? No, no para, no full
Yeah, but
para.
it was pretty unlikely.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Anyways, I think that this match was very. It was well played by Fom. He just got the what he needed versus the Snorlax with that thief. Then Zapdos could beat that Snorlax, and without that Snorlax, there was a big advantage for Zapdos, for example, because when you use the Snorlax, Steelix is not a real switch to Zapdos because the most you can do with Steelix is trade with Zapdos. So because
Yeah,
you don't touch Zapdos with other moves. So if
yeah,
you don't get the trade with Zapdos, you're fucked by him really
yeah,
hard.
yeah. You cannot respond to it. So what in the long run? Every time you switch in on Zapdos, even if you don't take HP Ice, you're still um, taking spikes damage each time, getting chipped, and it got thieved. So that's why I think it wasn't
Yeah,
a bad idea to explode with the Steelix there, but
yeah. I
it
mean,
is sort
with
of a concession.
with the thief and with the spikes, Zapdos didn't even need to risk to catch the boom. Just switch out every time Steelix goes in, and he will eventually die with the
Right,
spikes with the hidden power.
right.
So yeah,
So on to game two of potentially three in this set. We're gonna switch sides just to be consistent here. Um, yeah. So I wonder if Fom is gonna bring Stall, but I guess M Dragon would probably feel pretty comfortable facing Stall. He's using a lot of he's using spike blockers. He's using a lot of Pokemon that don't necessarily care about
I
fat
I
teams
saw
like Growth
I saw
Jolteon.
M Dragon using like belly drum boom the Snorlax to
Right.
catch a Skarmory. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's prepared. He knows what opponent like to start, what trends they use. So in phone, he's likely to start, if I remember correctly. So he may be prepared
But he's
for
a
that one.
completely when I think about Stall, and I look at players like Zakuru, and then I think about Fong, and Fong is like a completely different build of Stall, a completely
Yeah,
different. He has a different idea, so it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. I don't expect any sleep talk Skarmory, for instance, but let's go. Let's
oh
get
my god.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
let's see.
so 45. Okay, just early boom. Interesting.
Okay, so Zapdos staying there just let us know that he was a sleep tag. So that's interesting to know that the rest of the team, because if you see a sleep tag Zapdos, you know that he already has the switch for things like Segudor, Nidoking. So it's likely that he doesn't have other sleep tags aimed to those mons,
Right, right, right. Or
which is
maybe he just
interesting.
doesn't want to lose his lax. Maybe he just doesn't want to lose sleep talk lax to Executor
Yeah,
boom.
yeah, but if you are not sleep tag Zapdos, you don't stay because getting slept by a mon without a sleep tag just means you are a 5 versus 6
Sure,
situation,
sure, but
and
like,
that we
yeah, that makes sense. Um, I do think that you could have like two sleep talkers, is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna go on a
yeah,
whim.
that's possible.
I'm going to go on a whim and say that this Executor is probably not HP fire due to like the damage roll, and also it probably isn't stun spore because I don't see a world where M Dragon would not click stun spore on Zapdos if he has it. Um,
Yeah,
because
it's not
exploding doesn't really give you much if you could just paralyze the Zapdos and you have a Marowak in the back or something. So I think
Yeah.
it's just like sleep powder Giga Drain. But yeah, so Fomog and M Dragon going to early Vaporeon here with Acid Armor. It could be Baton Pass, maybe? I don't know.
Mm, I
We do see
mean,
growth.
it isn't button pass, but it could be definitely with the set. Okay, this turn is quite, I don't know,
The turn before.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, this growth doesn't make a lot of sense in my opinion because you're facing a Secretary, you know he's going to sleep your Vaporeon,
Yeah.
and as we can see in the next turns, Vaporeon doesn't have even sleep type, so just you're
Well,
just sacking your Vaporeon. I don't know, it's kind of weird
yeah, it can't
that
have
turn.
Sleep Talk because it already shows two moves, and then it couldn't fit Rest and Sleep Talk on that set.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I think you just uh, should have gone to Zapdos there, which is probably
Yeah.
sleep tag.
Right. Yeah, I think he could have. If he did have BP, that was certainly a turn to click it. I'm not sure what he might have been thinking, but now he's down 5-4.
He lost among just no sense.
Yeah. So Fomong is doing really good so far. And this Steelix does not look like it's threatening at all. In fact, it's going to invite
Yeah,
Cloyster or
yes.
Exeggutor in.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Foam catches that double because he knows Cloister could come in there, so
Yeah.
he anticipates.
I love it when people punish over predictions.
Yeah, and that's a good punish, in fact, because you don't lose anything by double edge. Like you are in a safe position still there. You know, still is not going to explode there. So I don't know. Maybe he earthquakes and just Snorlax is completely safe anyways.
Yeah. He's doing
So
a
it's a good read.
he's doing a decent job getting his leftovers HP back. Um, Spamming Thunder, putting Lax in a somewhat more an easier position, so
Yeah,
he's not going out of control.
but he seems in a really bad position anyways already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Fomg is gonna change things up. He's gonna go to his sleeper. So
Okay, now he goes Zapdos. That's what he should have done before,
yeah.
my opinion.
Ooh, a crit on the Jinx, which did not recover. Oh yeah, it did recover leftovers. Okay, so feel free to tell me to stop at any point. And now Fomg is gonna get his spikes.
Yeah, probably a toxic. I like to toxic first
Okay,
when they curse,
yeah, makes
and then you
sense.
spikes free because you get two turns of poison instead of one.
Yeah, the fun fact for those at home: the so if you get poisoned, you take 12%, 12.5%. But if you get toxic on the first turn, you actually take less than if you were poisoned. And then it starts to stack up and becomes more. So like the first turn of toxic, just can't gets canceled by leftovers.
Yes.
6.25. So yeah, and
And for
Fomg is
those who
booms. Yeah.
who don't know, when you switch out, well, I guess like everybody knows this, but if someone doesn't know, when you switch out the poison monk, even if it's toxic, it becomes regular poison when you switching again that monk. So that's interesting to have in mind when
Yeah.
playing GSC.
So so this Snorlax is destined to take at least 12.5%, but he may also take an additional 12%. So it's going to add up to 25. Granted, M Dragon has to make a big decision, right, on this turn here.
Yeah.
Like, do I go to sorry, not this one, but turn 29.
I mean,
Do I go to
yeah,
Steelix or what? So yeah,
the boom. Can
yeah,
you stop? The boom from Gengar was pretty safe because with the life, the HP that Snorlax had, when you bring him again to the field, it will take 25% within spikes and poison, so it will be very cheap, and you can probably kill it with everything else. So it's not like you lose a lot by booming because even if a Snorlax switches out, it's like a dead monk
yeah,
almost.
yeah. Slowest mon in the game. So
Yeah, so you are in a good position anyways.
yeah, yeah. It would have come in at 8% after. So um, now we have
Well,
Eggy, Lax, and Jinx. So M
yeah, this
Dragon,
is pretty over
M Dragon can still make
unless
something happen.
yeah, unless some bad luck for form, to be honest. But you just have to go Snorlax when M Dragon goes Jinx. Just go Executor when Steelix. So I don't know. I don't know how he loses it. Maybe
Yeah,
Zapdos could do something. Or maybe some bad luck from a sleep talk or from drops. But I don't know.
yeah.
It's not likely to happen.
Well, Thunder. What? Let's see here. It actually is. So Thunder is actually a roll to break the sub, and to land it is 70%, and to even call upon it is pretty bad. So there are some. There's definitely potential for some hacks to go on here, as
Yeah,
long as the
but
Snorlax doesn't get double edge during the rest turns.
between double edge and rest, it's very difficult to for a Jinx to win the one versus a Snorlax.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
and he's not getting the drops he will need, so
yeah,
doesn't seem it's going to happen.
yeah. You need an early drop for to be able to put up with this. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a nuisance.
Yeah, for sure. Now Snorlax just wakes up, so he can't double edge freely, and Jinx is almost dead
Fum
if
can click
Snorlax
Sleep
is
Talk
alive.
here. He clicks Sleep Talk on turn one on the
Yeah,
first turn of Lovely
doesn't
Kiss,
get an attacking move, but doesn't really matter, I guess.
and
He
boom,
kills the Jinx.
bye bye Jinx. And Fung still has one unrevealed, so this can
I think, in my opinion, that's Golem, probably.
that would make sense. So, what would the Thunder be for if not for Golem? Like, why Thunderlax on this team? Is it
Well,
not to wall break?
I guess that it helps versus Skarmory, which is good for Eggy, for example, but also kills Cloyster. So yeah, I mean, I think it's not like a particular move you drank, but like it helps versus different things that can be very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a kill in Cloyster just gives you a big advantage because you just spin his spikes and you are playing versus no
Yeah,
spikes all the game.
actually, I think the Golem makes sense, especially because the Snorlax is double edge Thunder. So once you
Yeah,
double edge Cloyster, then it's in range of Thunder, I'm pretty sure. Whereas if it were Body Slam, that wouldn't have been the case. So you're really just making Golem's life easier. So you're
yeah.
helping him.
Actually, it makes sense because you want to eliminate Cloyster to a spin. So if you don't have a spinner, doesn't make really a lot of sense, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
This Snorlax is probably low of a Sleep Talk PPs, but he will win the versus these Zapdos, so it's safe position for Foam.
Yeah, but I really think that this is in. Um, Fom really has it in the bag unless Zapdos can get 2 crits or something. Because he
Yeah,
has 2 explosions.
Zapdos winning versus Snorlax. It's very unlikely, but definitely possible with some para or some crits. So if he does it, then he could at least tie the match versus the two booms.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Let's see if this happens. He doesn't want to waste Thunder PPs when he's asleep because he could just spam rest, and he wants it to be wake up to be able to para to have that chance like this, but doesn't get full power.
Hmm. Oh, this Zapdos is surprisingly healthy and persistent.
Yeah, that's because Snorlax. Yeah, that's because he's hitting the thunders in
Yeah.
first distance, and because Snorlax doesn't have a lot of sleep tags.
I wish I had a Zapdos with that kind of resolve.
Yeah, this Snorlax isn't hitting a single thunder,
No, he's
or
not.
he hit. I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess, but it's fun.
Imagine trying to throw lightning bolts with your eyes closed.
Okay, it's over.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, now Eggy comes in and just Giga drains the Steelix or puts it to sleep or whatever.
Yeah, HP Book Stilix moment would be fun,
HP bug. Yeah.
but I guess it would lose anyways. So yeah, GG's to Foam. He he
GG's.
played he played very solid. And Dragon that this game, I think that this Vaporeon play put him behind a lot in the match.
I'm not sure what the idea behind staying in there was because it's clearly a baton pass, especially with 3 special attacking recipients like
Like
Zapdos, Eggy, and Jinx.
I mean, he also killed the Zapdos turn one, so Vaporeon had a good shot without Zapdos being alive. So it was a good win condition. Well, if that's the that's actually the team I made for Hyoga. The the goal for it is just exploding with Executor turn one in most situations because it's pink bow. So if you kill a Snorlax, you're in a good. That means Snorlax is a sleep talk if he goes or stays versus Executor. So you are killing a sleep talk Snorlax, and that benefits Jinx matchup, which it's a big quick win condition without it. And if you kill something like Raikou or Zapdos, you are you have Acid Armor Vaporeon, which beats Snorlax, so you are in a good position without the LX and with a Vaporeon that beats Snorlax.
Mm-hmm.
In my version, it wasn't Baton Pass, it was just Rest Acid Armor, I don't know if he changed
Ah,
it
I
or
see.
something.
I see. So it wasn't
It's just
Baton
for
Pass.
beating Snorlax. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just for beating Snorlax, and I don't know, but he was, I guess, impatient to go to Zapdos versus ex Eggy. I don't know. This team
I don't know. I
is
feel
quite.
I
Yeah,
also
tell me, tell me.
envision a Vaporeon like this with like you I could even see a Vaporeon with Ice Beam, and like it could even stay in if it had Ice Beam, but like why else would you stay in on Eggy if you don't have substitute or something? Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
Um,
don't know. Maybe he just.
but
I don't know. I
built
also
with
played my.
M Dragon, right? For the Invitational last year,
Uh,
or practiced or
yeah,
something.
I built with him. I mean, I made the teams, and then I we both discussed what would be better to improve the team, so what to change and that stuff, and we test. So yeah, we build together. Uh, well, as you can see, this team is a bit greedy because it doesn't have a spike, so it's very risky. But if you can follow the strategy behind that early boom and that two win conditions, depending you choose one depending of what you have boomed on, it can go well. So yeah,
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Well, in any case, it looks like Fong is going to be moving on to the winners bracket round 3, and he is looking hungry for that cash.
if he wants to raise the bank that he already won the Calus tour, but
Yeah, yeah, at least three
he's
hundred
hungry still.
dollars. Yeah,
Yes,
and to add on top of that, there's the $281 prize pool for the GSC Invitational, and it's still growing. It's still growing. So who knows?
yeah, a lot of support for the prize pool this year, which is very good. Thanks to everyone that donates.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad to be here. Eh, Whenever you want to record another commentary again, just tell me and I'll be here.
I'd be glad to. All right, this is Cherry and Kenix signing off. Bye bye, everybody.